If you're finding yourself in a situation where you're wondering, should someone gift a property to maybe you or someone you know, or should they just wait and inherit it later on? This video is for you because there's a lot that goes into this, and you definitely need to talk to a EA or a CPA to fully understand your specific situation. But 99 times or 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to inherit the property. And here's why. So let's say you got gifted a property. Well, here's the basis in that property is going to be the person, the donors, it's going to be the donor's basis in the property. So whatever they got it for, so say maybe your grandpa bought a house back in the 60s for, I don't know, a really low number, $50,000. Now, that basis in that property, if it's gifted to you, is now transferred to you. So now the basis in that property is $50,000 for you. Now, when you go to sell that property, nowadays, a $50,000 property back in the 60s is probably well over $400,000, $500,000. You're going to be paying taxes, capital gains taxes on the difference between the $50,000 and whatever you sold it for say $500,000. So your taxes are going to be 20% of that large number. That's a problem. That's going to be massive, and you're going to be paying a lot of taxes on that. Now, let's compare that to someone who inherited a property. So let's put you in the same situation. The same grandpa that had the $50,000 house that he bought back in the 60s is now passed away, and you're going to inherit the property. Now the basis is going to be at the fair market value of the date of their death. Okay, now stay with me, make sure you understand this. The date of the death. So your grandpa bought the house back in the 60s. That price that he bought it for no longer matters. What matters is what the price was at the day of their death. That is what the price is going to be. The fair market value of it is going to be what now is the basis for you. So say it appreciated from $50,000 when he bought it all the way up to $500,000. Now your basis is $500,000. So say you just turn around and sell it for $500,000 as soon as you get it or something. That you pay nothing in capital gains taxes. Does that make sense? You now have no taxes, capital gains taxes at least, no capital gains taxes owed. You just went from owing $450,000 taxed at 20% to being taxed $0 at 20%. You see what I'm saying? The difference of is just when you get the property, because your grandpa could gift you the property right before his death, and then you owe a crazy amount of taxes, or he can just wait until he passes away, unfortunately, and then you inherit the property, and then you pay nothing. It goes from a huge number to nothing. That is the biggest difference, and that is what the wealthy know about inheriting property instead of gifting it. They use that to their advantage to create generational wealth. And that is the biggest driver in generational wealth, is the inheritance of property and what they call a step up in basis. Now, this can also work against you. You can step down in basis, like if you buy a property and the value of it goes down. Yes, that could, work against you, but more times out of none that you're going to get a lot more benefit from inheriting the property. This is what a lot of people miss and don't quite understand when they're moving properties around for their grandparents or their parents or something, and then they get it in their name. Well, that's going to be a problem, because now you're not going to get that step up in basis, at least for the percentage that is in your name and stuff. So what you need to do is just understand the difference between the two. Understand that gifting is not really a good situation. Gifting a property is not a good situation. And what you really want to do is inherit the property, because that allows you to get that step up in basis. And that's what's going to ultimately save you a ton in taxes. There's also other aspects to this. Please comment below, send me a message. Let's talk about like this a little bit deeper for your situation, because there is a lot that goes into it. Obviously, don't go and do anything drastic right off the bat without talking to someone first, because you have to know your situation and understand what's going to happen whenever you do things. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.